Morning, everybody. What a day yesterday after the Fed announcement, huh? Really, really heavy selling came through. Now, we're going to pull back out. This is S&P 500. We're going to look at the hourly chart. Now, this was this big rotation that we had sort of been waiting for. I mentioned I took a swing trade off of this top level, and then I was looking to add down here. I did add a little bit just because I had an order sort of resting there. Added some micro S&P futures contracts there, and my stop on the micros got taken out overnight. I mean, we just continued to sell off, and looks like if we open where it looks like we're going to open, my stop on my other portion, which I actually put on with a leveraged ETF, SSO, which is the double beta S&P ETF. That'll probably get taken out too. And to be honest, I'm perfectly okay with that because I mentioned, I think yesterday or possibly the day before, that I'm really waiting for these levels down here. Actually, I think I just mentioned it in my trade group. I might not have mentioned it in the morning analysis, but these levels down here, if you look at NASDAQ, let's look at the weekly chart actually. You can see like this area, February to basically May, June, was the last time we had any significant retracements, right? This area pulled right back into this sort of consolidation, and I'd like to see us pull back into here. That would be a great place to add. I've been sitting on cash in my long-term account, kind of just waiting to add. So, yeah, I got taken out of those little short-term swings, but that's just sort of part of the mix, and it doesn't really matter because now it just gives us new information, and that new information essentially is just this is back to the S&P again, 4-hour chart. Again, this is that rotation, right? This was sort of our last movement, right? We had, this push up kind of to here, sort of pull back down, and then push up again, right? Now, some might argue, there's a funky arrow drawing there. Some might argue that this is going to look a little bit different if we were to look at it like on a daily chart, that it's really just all one swing. And there's an argument to make for that too. And if that's the case, again, like where do we expect to retrace into? Well, somewhere into this stuff. Let's pull up the profile and just take a look at it and see if is there any other interesting level. You know, Not really. Like there's some volume down here that we're sort of reacting to right now. And you can see that I'm going to remove that thing and remove this thing for right now. And so there's this volume like right here, but it's not like I don't love it, I don't love it. Um, it might hold. I mean, if we're gonna sort of stop in this area, this is probably where we should anticipate to do it. I guess I'll put it that way, right? But this was a big consolidation area right here. You can see the volume was even more, and we blew right through it. And here's something interesting that I noticed. I was looking at the chart last night. This is the 5-minute chart. So see where these are the two big levels that were in that hourly, kind of rotation that I took my swings off of. And as we blew down through them, what I want you to see is the volume. Look at these little volume bursts here. Like this one did create a little bit of a bump, but look at this one here. This barely even stalled price at all, but look at the volume that came in on that node. So there's definitely people sort of attempting to trade off of that or attempting to defend that level. And again, like it just didn't really work out. And then we sort of consolidated here. Again, look at the volume that came in just right here, right? Just right here. And if we draw a line across that, we can see that price kind of came up, tested all this volume, and then just sold off from there pretty hard. So, the fact that those volumes came in and we just blew right through them, to me is quite telling. And then of course, lots more volume there. So this is a significant level now that I'm interested in. These, I'm done, right? These are done. But this is a significant level. Look at the volume up here too, right before the sell-off. So that's an interesting level too, there that we've got. Okay, so what do we do today? Well, if we get a push up to here, a trade off these levels would not be a bad idea. It's definitely worth taking a stab at, I think. You can manage it however you want to, but something in that region would be a good place to look for a trade short, at least for a little bounce, even if we're going to kind of move up from here. But again, you can see we're stalling. You can see where we're stalling. You can see it's sort of off of this volume here. And really just the question remains, like, let's get rid of some of this stuff. Really the question just remains, are we going to come down and test some of these other levels? Like there's this level down here. If we look at recent price action, this has a bit more volume. There's the reversal levels down here, right? These are kind of the corresponding to those NASDAQ levels that we were looking at. So we just want to be aware of all of that stuff, right? All of that stuff. See, these levels down in here can be important. This level here can be very important, right? So there's a lot of stuff down here that we might come down and test. Again, if you look at the S&Ps, I mean, we've been running pretty hot, man. So a little bit of a pullback, is it the worst thing in the world? I don't think so. I don't think so. This gives us a chance to load up, right? So I'm not too worried. I'll be looking at this area. Now we kind of, like this wick kind of tested it. We took a trade off of this, off the top end of this, but if we come down and test this deeper, I'll for sure take a trade off of that area. Absolutely. Same thing down here. We want to come all the way down into this for sure. One thing to take a look at, let's just get a feel, right? So this was 2020, right? Here was a little retracement, 10% retracement there, okay? 10%. Here's another one, 8% retracement there. This was February of this year, and even this, about a 6% retracement, right? And we haven't really had anything too major since then. I mean, we had this down to here, 5% retracement, right? So these are all normal, healthy movements, right? This was only 3%, that move right there. This down to here, 3%. So, for us to just drop right now, 2.5%, right? Like that doesn't matter. I don't think so. So, yeah, that's just kind of it, right? So again, let's go back to the main chart. This level here is super interesting to me. And then if we continue to fall, I'll be watching this level down here. If we're going to continue to fall through, make another pause around 23.75. So we'll just kind of see, like we're sitting right on this support level right now. That's at about 46, 46.50, like that sort of range. And so we're sitting right on this. We just got to see what is price action going to do, right? Like, are we going to, chop around here, maybe do some kind of Wyckoff thing, and then rocket our way up, Or are we gonna, chop around, test this, chop around? Who knows? Maybe we go lower, right? We could get down in here and get stuck in a little sideways range. That's super. We could get sideways between 46 and 23. That would be a total possibility. Get sideways for a few days, but I wouldn't mind. Again, look at the weekly chart. Let's take a look here. And, this was a 3-week pullback. This was basically a 2-week pullback, right? 1 week, 2 weeks, really just 1 week. Like, let's get a to have a week or two of bearish price action. Hey, let's get down to this level. Let's come down and test this. That would be nice. So, yeah, we've been running hot. I think it's even more apparent on the NASDAQ. Like we've been running hot since May. Just this is the weekly chart. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks in a row we had where it was single time frame buying, meaning every candle had a higher low. Then we finally broke a low, But that, then we just kind of continued again, another, 1, 2, 3 weeks, and now we're just breaking a low again. So, you know, I'd like to see something. I'd like to see us pull back. I'd love to come back into this area and take a buy off the like 13,725 area on the NASDAQ. That would be nice. Even further down, right? There's even more volume down here. So that would be cool too. If I did take a stop here, a buy here, by the way, stop goes under this low right here. Okay, that's where the stop goes, not this one. This is not the significant low, right? This whole move came off of this low. So this is where our stop goes from a long-term standpoint. All right, that's kind of what I got, right? That's sort of it. Really, we're just watching these few sort of key levels. We're watching the level we're sitting on right now. We're watching this level up here around 93.75. If we get through that, we're going to have our eye on 27.75. Those are the areas that are most interesting to me at the moment. And other than that, we're just going to see how the trading day plays out. If you want to join us, you can take a look at dpmtrades.com. Just click on community. We have a free option for our Discord group. I'm very active in there. I stream my trading almost every morning. And so if you're looking to kind of learn how to day trade futures profitably, you can feel free to join us over there. It'd be great to have you. Otherwise, enjoy your trading day. Stay consistent, take good trades, and we'll see you on the next analysis, pre-market analysis.